Hello, and welcome back to the Commander's Guide to Casting the Last Spell. I'm Jade Star, and we're here for Night 4 of Lakeburg with Apocalypse Mode. And we will start off, as usual, by visiting the Oracles. Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like she's become a lot more than just a voice in our head. Unless she was a voice in our head before the start of the game. Well, my crossbow spam has paid off, and we now have better hand crossbows. Steel hand crossbows? Alright. But I like silver hand crossbows, because they come equipped with poison damage. Which is the large reason I like hand crossbows. Oh, I think I was a few trinkets away from the next progression unlocked. And over here, I think we're just dumping, all our essence into uncommon level ups. That really pays a lot. Just being able to get more per level up is probably one of the biggest values of power. You know what I mean? Like, just power scaling things. Then we're going to dig up bodies for a couple of items. Then we're going to get to the ruins. We're going to have one worker left over? Well, that's an item. So that worked out pretty well. Haven's clear. We got 4 items out of the bodies. It's pretty good. So I posted in the thread, hey guys, I fucked up. Wanna guess how I fucked up? And this is how. The houses. I was thinking of putting them flat and, well, like, width facing the magic circle. But it turns out that doesn't work out so well. If these houses had been on the southeast side, then things would have fit a lot nicer. Because now, on both the northwest and southeast side, I have 4 tiles for these 1x2 gold mines, which also require a border of empty space, meaning they cannot fit in that 1x2 space, or that 1x4 space. At least 2 of them can't. So now I have this god-awful arrangement of what do I do? And, I mean, the answer is it gets ugly. I have a crescent down at the southeast. If I could find like a L shape that points to the right, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I could fit something there. But the seer doesn't fit that way, isn't rotated that way. And the inn is still a 2x2, which won't fit there because it would overlap, it would have a corner touching the house. So I have inadvertently really screwed up the design of this haven. We still are working on an income, so we're passively upgrading those mines. We're just going to get some money. There, my mouse cursor was like, maybe I can get like a seer in there or do something with that space. But no, not really. The one tiny bit of space salvage I got from the situation is that I left room for a monowell between the magic circle, the gold mine, and the shop. But it's garbage, and it's going to annoy me for the rest of the haven. Fat Samurai will get movement and dodge out of nimbleness, which is good. I really want any hero I have, no matter what their role is, to have at least 10 movement. We're not going to get that right away, but you know, as we level up and get gear, I like to make that kind of like my benchmark for where I want heroes to be. Likewise TQ, but oh, I remember this. I was looking like, why am I not getting magic fuel? She has magic growth too. Why am I getting nimbleness? I'm like, oh, right, we're sticking to the poison gimmick. We're going to poison and then septic shock people. Actually, if that's my plan, why am I not getting stunning at the top of the blue line? Nope, stop planning those out. I'll figure it out eventually. I think TQ has maybe enough level ups to pick the build I want. I might be short one. Ooh. Oh, I played ahead. 1, 2, 3. No, I think if I don't take magic fuel, I can take stunning. Also, there's the green stun chance. I guess I just was not thinking this one through. It is a little bit of a problem for me in general, just keeping things in mind long term, but it's also probably a lot worse for me playing a couple of maps, sitting on it, doing the commentary, and then coming back to it and trying to remember exactly what my plan was. I should probably write myself some notes or something. Generally, that's not a problem that you at home playing the game are probably going to have. You probably remember what your plans were. Not a great selection here. I mean, common crit, common damage is usually okay. Oftentimes I want to re-roll it. I think when we're done with upgrades in the Oracle arena, I would definitely re-roll a set of 5 brown level ups. Right now, though, we'll take what we can get. And yeah, we want some propagation damage if we're going to start throwing bees around all the time. But also magic damage is tempting, but... So, hey, welcome back. I had anticipated when I was playing this live that it wouldn't take so long to pick out, 4 or 5 pieces of gear. I was wrong. So I didn't do my usual thing of just holding it all in the stash and then equipping it right away. My bad. So the highlights is we found a short bow for TQ, so it's something other than the wooden hand crossbow of like level 0 and suck. A magic book for Ponzikar. A nice set of armor for Fat Samurai. And a trinket? Yeah. I really thought I could do that quickly. Can't. Nope. Every single item is at least like a minute worth of like mousing over and comparing and stuff. Alright, so now with the items out of the way, we have to configure our ballistas or upgrade them. You know what I mean. These two are now blocked by the gold mine and need to be mounted to be able to shoot over. The ones on the outside don't. And again, I don't really know what I was thinking here. Like, I put the houses on the wrong side of the circle. I put the ballistas on the outside because I was like, eh. I mean, it saves materials. I think if I had rotated the houses, or been able to rotate the houses 90 degrees, I wouldn't want ballistas, 4 tiles out from the haven. But where they are now is fine. It's just, I don't know, bad planning, or lack of planning. Again, I like to make quick decisions, which don't always pan out. Like, oh hey, we can totally do 4 items or 5 items without editing. No. So, that's just player haste. That's on me. I really should have taken my time to plan out where the houses were. In any case, there's not a whole lot we can do with the remaining resources, so it's time to plan for the nighttime. Given that TQ now has a short bow, they have the easiest ability to use up their AP. This is also going to be the first time where I'm going to start destroying corpses in the Haven. This isn't necessary, but corpses do count as barricades, both mechanically in the sense that just lay there, block space, and can be destroyed, but also for the panic meter. I also find that corpses in the Haven kind of distract clawers, because typically clawers will... I'm still angry about the house placement. Typically clawers will move to the nearest object and then sit on it and claw it. And it's like, I'd rather they kind of poured straight inwards and got hit by ballistas, or I dealt with them, rather than they start gnawing on a corpse in the middle of the Haven. And they're just obstacles to me as well. So for those reasons, and because of the panic meter counting them, probably just going to start destroying corpses that are inside the Haven before the night begins. I think I was a little curious that, like, oh, this isn't even a guaranteed kill. The claws, of course, are, I think, 20% healthier based off apocalypse settings, and you know, every night they get a little stronger. and I didn't really get like a huge jump in power from level up / gear. I was kind of hoping the short bow would be able to one-shot with the standard attack. But can't. Which at least means it's good at softening things up. But we're getting to the point where that's not really that necessary. I'm a little worried on the northwest side. But it's pretty unfounded. At this point, the heroes actually should be able to just kill random chaff claws with these. And if anything does get in the Haven, we're starting to have a ballista wall. A bulky is a problem. Bulky is a real problem. And let's find out what its advanced ability is. Throw Boulder still looks the same, so it's Smash. And Smash gained 2 tiles of range. So it's no longer Melee and Throw Boulder, but it's Smash up to 3, and then Throw Boulder up to 5. Still think, well, Smash is physical and much higher damage. I don't know. Would I rather take the Boulder and get stunned, or would I take the Smash and just hope I can tank it? In any case, bulkies are slow, and with enough poison, they go nowhere. So it's not a perfect solution, but that bulky's not going anywhere for 2 turns, while he starts losing health from poison. Very optimistically contaminating him. It's like, all those Kalars on the map are going to be dead before that bulky dies and Contaminate does anything. This pack of Kalars is a great opportunity for bees. The little bit of worry is that if I throw bees, I'm going to kill the 4 clawers that I centipeted last turn, and thus miss out on some degenerate corpse strategies. But that is a huge chunk of clawers right now. That's a 5x5, 5x6. I don't think I've ever seen such a tight pack of uniform base clawers ever before. It's great. About to get Acid Spray confused with Putrid Ball, which is on the Magic Orb. That's not it. It is time for the bees. Okay, we got 1 kill. That's actually kind of unfortunate. But then again, when there's this many of them, can't be too picky. Better to kill a few a little too early than to actually get overrun. Am I going to cast a second bees? I'm looking at propagation damage. I guess I'm going to leave it alone. So yeah, unsurprisingly, Power Shot at least kills. We can throw poison and split up our crossbow shots to soften up the enemies. Honestly, I might have wanted to move forward and just take short bow shots at the bulky and then move back. I don't think I really need to like half kill regulars before they get into the Haven anymore. I do need to worry about that bulky. I'd expect the ballistas to do a little better there. There are a lot of things in the Haven causing panic now. Which of course means it's time for more bees. So there's some of the fun of bees plus contagion and then killing a select few, so that you can start spreading that poison and start getting poison-only kills. I still think that works better on a outside the walls situation, where you're not trying to kill things in specific tiles, because you'll poison things, they'll move, then they'll die the next time around or whatever. You know, dots plus precision, like, placement don't really work well together. I mean, it's still a very effective way of killing clawers. Poison plus contagion. However, like I said, it's maybe a little bit more effort on a DCS. But I committed to the bit. We're doing it. We're going full poison. Just slightly behind, but it's fine. Yeah, about what? 180, 190 health. Do need to get better gear for everybody. But that should happen very soon. Like, after tonight. We no longer have anything to dig up in the Haven, so everything we kill is going to create corpse piles, which we're going to dig up, and tomorrow morning we should have just a huge list of loot to sort through. Alright, I think the south is fine. There's not many more clawers coming in through the mist, at least not in the south. That is maybe a turn or two of regulars, depending on how well the ballistas kill. Yeah, that's 2 kills. The northwest, I was fearing was going to be a little thicker. I mean, it's still a giant pack out there, but there's 2 heroes there, and them in close proximity. I think we can deal with them with bees. Trying to compare my options. That was 5 kills. Whereas, this is 4. Yeah. And the hand crossbow is great for being AP efficient on finishing off wounded enemies. Yeah, then I realize I'm 1 AP short. Something's gonna live. Maybe even 2 AP. Those aren't guaranteed kills until I power shot it. Unfortunately, that was, what, 2 AP that only got rid of 1 thing inside the Haven. Oh, that's really annoying. But with 1 AP left, and there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 targets, I wasn't worried. Look at that one, and then Fat Samurai can take care of the rest of the ones in the Haven. Although I really hate seeing the question mark about, you know, whether or not this attack is going to score a kill. Yeah, you can see like the opportunism bonus was the difference between that being a kill and not. And again, this thing surviving with just barely any health. I have enough AP. If I'm lucky and don't leave things alive. Realize, nope, can't do that. I have to kill this one, then this one, and then get over here and use the 2 for 1. Boom. I actually still had 1 AP left over. I miscalculated. I thought I was going to be dead even. And importantly, before I end my turn, I'm going to need to know how far that boomer is going to move. Not boomer, bulky is going to move. Because the poison wore off. So he's going to move there, and then he's going to be able to throw 5. We're safe. Now I could, again, poison him. He's at half health. 1 of 5. I think it puts the ballista in range if we let him be stationary. I would have liked to get him in the Haven, but it's just not worth being, or it's just not worth taking those sorts of risks with clawers that can throw boulders, or just have ranged attacks. We stunned him. We could even just stop paying attention to him this turn. I think I was looking for if anyone had defensive training to share the killer EXP bonus. The answer is no, so we'll just shoot him before the ballistas do. I don't want that experience being lost. And that just leaves us with this large pack. Only half of it's inside the Haven, needs to be dealt with this turn. It actually isn't much of an ask to go there and kill it. In fact, I have a great hammer mana spender if I wanted to. The one just southwest of the one that's going to die to poison, just drop the spell right on that. That's unnecessary though. Also, this is kind of a fun thing I love doing anytime I have a mage that has the blue line and a magic book, is throw Weakening Touch out on things, contaminate them, start killing them in order. Oh, it's great. It just... Suddenly everything goes from being like normal to having negative 50 damage resistance, and you do so much extra damage to them. And then spreads. And now everything else that's not in the Haven this turn, but will be next turn, is just debuff to hell. They're gonna do no damage if they even attack anything, and when I get around to attacking them next turn, they're gonna take so much extra damage. It's great to have a use for Contaminate besides itself, where I'm just using it so that Contaminate acts as a debuff to trigger Opportunism, but doesn't really do anything else. Now here is just gonna spread debuffs and poison around. It's great. Well, the ballista's got those. It doesn't really matter. But they died in the Haven, so maybe slightly better corpses out of those two. At some point, I need to sit and think if it's worth ballistas getting the kill for positioning, or if it's better for heroes to get the kill for killer bonus. If you have defensive training on one or two heroes, then that's not even a real question anymore. But as is right now, there is potential killer bonus being lost. Not a big deal. Alright, the mist has gotten very close, and this time we are being attacked from the northeast while the mist is at absolute closest. I do have the money, but I don't think I have the inclination to build a seer and push the mist back yet. Usually I like to have an inn before I build a seer, so we might spend a night or two at maximum mist closeness. I do have to build the inn too, and yeah, I'm not happy about my options. Like, the seer is rotated slightly the wrong way to try to fit into that gap and fix my mistake. Like, it's just putting those houses on the southwest of the circle where they were has just really fucked me. If they were even like a tile farther northwest or southeast, then I would have had the room I need. But as is, it's just terrible. In any case, ignore my groaning. I will see you next time, and thank you all for watching.